Aloha everybody and welcome back to the channel. Today I have for you my quick hands-on of the fxtec Pro 1. This is a full QWERTY keyboard sliding phone in 2019. It's going to be releasing in the middle of summer, but before we get there, this is basically one of the last few prototypes available before they go to full production middle of summer. This is TK. Let's check it out. Now the fxtec Pro 1 is basically a device that's trying to bring us some of the nostalgia that we had in some of the old Nokia devices, or even back in the days of HTC with Windows Mobile, and that's the ability of using a full QWERTY keyboard built in directly into the device. We have customizable shortcuts as well as a function key that's built in here, and this is not running final software. This is technically still running one of the few latest betas that they're running, but as far as form and finish, for the most part, this is what we can expect the look to be. We have two sensors in the back, a 12 megapixel and a 5 megapixel, a dual dome LED flash. We don't have actual wireless charging, but we do have a 3200 milliamp battery that's sitting in the back, and my understanding is that the logo is still going to change. On the left side, we have a dual SIM tray capable of supporting 2 SIM cards or 1 SIM card and an SD card for memory expansion, 6 gigs of RAM, 128 gigs of internal storage with the ability of expanding it with that SD card on the left. The display is a 5.99 inch display, a full HD AMOLED display, so almost a 6-inch display, no notches, but we do have those nice curves on the right and on the left. We do have stereo speakers built in, one top speaker right here, the bottom one sitting at the same, just opposite side. We have USB-C as well as basically data and charge and one of the microphones. And then right next to that, we also have basically a 3.5mm headphone jack. Definitely nice. An 8 megapixel front-facing camera. On the right, we have a power button as well as a volume rocker. The fingerprint sensor is sitting below the power button, so they're not sharing the same function. And of course, a dedicated camera button to be able to initiate the camera functionality and then be able to use the camera to take pictures. Now the camera software and the experience is not finalized yet, so that's one of the things they told us about it. But as you can see, it's almost running an entirely kind of, I would say, almost stock experience. There are some optimizations done for the actual system to be able to use the keyboard for functionalities. But as far as my understanding is, the launcher will not be the Pixel launcher. It will be a custom launcher. And then bringing down the notification shade, you'll see it's pretty much a standard, very clean version of Android Pie. You have the ability of basically getting Android Q when that becomes available. It does support screen mirroring currently using the USB-C with an OTG cable, and hopefully we'll get desktop mode once we have Android Q running on this device, as they did say we should be able to get that very soon. Initial impressions of the device, the feel of it is pretty good. The mechanism that we have here is actually very, very springy, so let's go ahead and turn off the display. It does separate in this form factor. You can kind of see it right there. It has a really nice spring to it, so you can kind of do it this way, and it does sit very well. It is intended to be a little bit springy. I know when I first did it a couple of times, it felt like very strong, but it does sit and it works really, really nicely. And of course, you can basically rotate your display, have everything running, and of course, just open up your YouTube applications. Let's go ahead and turn it on. And that's just a quick song right there, No Copyright Song by Alex Grindo. Again, initial impressions of this, nice form factor. I can't wait to see the final product. Again, dedicated camera button, 3.5mm headphone jack, stereo speakers, the form functionality, the sliding mechanism is just ever so satisfying of having that right there. And of course, just snaps in. And the actual feel of it, because it's this almost 6-inch display, it's not that big. And from a thickness point, it's literally not that much thicker than a normal phone that you have in your pocket. So it's really trying to accomplish a lot of things. And of course, running almost the latest version of Android just gives it that really, really nice, just overall, usability and functionality. And mirroring the display is very nice. So it's really meant for productivity. Last thing I forgot to mention to you guys is that this will be running the Snapdragon 835. Although about a couple of years, as far as generations of the Snapdragon, it's still quite capable of giving us the best experience, especially with what we're expecting here with an almost stock experience of Android. Like and subscribe as usual. Thank you very much for the support. Let me know in the comments below, what do you guys think of the brand new fxtec Pro 1? I'm really excited to hopefully get my hands on the final product in the near future.